Are you ready for the truth? Can you handle the truth? Here we go. Check this out. From the day you were born, you were given a name, a nationality, a race, a religion. And you know what? You spend your entire lives defending that fictional character. Let me repeat that again. You came out the womb as this perfect being, yet you were labeled with these fictitious characters, these things that are not you. That's what makes the Matrix work. The Matrix needs that. The Matrix needs an identity. Here's the thing about it though. As you get older and you start to develop your cognitive ability, the ability to reason and think, you start to realize that you are not your name. You're not a religion. You're not a nationality. You're not a race. You're not that persona they put on you. You start to understand your spirit, your higher consciousness is calling you. So who are you? Why does this happen? Well, who you are is a true essence of consciousness. You are this being of light and energy that powers this avatar body. You see, guys, you know me as Mark Haughton. That's not who I am. That's just my representative. My name, Mark Haughton, was born here. This is his nationality. This is his race. This is his religion. I am none of that. I disassociate myself a long time ago with all of that stuff. And I'm going to teach you, you have to do that. Because here's what happens when you don't. You see, you are this being, higher self. You interact with this plane here on this physical world, this physical plane, through channeling. You know, all the information I have, all the knowledge I have, all the stuff I know, all the stuff I've done and I'm doing, you know, I couldn't have done that if I didn't take off this false veil they gave me. My name, my religion, my age, all that stuff. This could never happen until I realized who I am. Once you realize who you are, the game changes. Big time. Because here's the problem with that. If you don't understand this, and if you don't expand your mind to see this, you are never going to reach your full potential. Because you are wearing something that's not you. You are wearing resistance. You are wearing dis-ease. You are wearing high energy that will put you down. That's what happens. That's why you have to disassociate yourself with all of that. Look, guys, everything from your name, from the race, nationality to religion, all constructs of human intellect, all made up. You already know who you are because it talks to you inside, man. If you can't get that, then it's going to be a tough road for you. Because here's what happens. Once you identify yourself with name, religion, nationality, race, you automatically create limits. You're in a box now. If you're in a box, you can't see outside the box. If you're in a box, your self-confidence go down. If you're in a box, your self-concept of who you are is faltered. If you're in a box, you're operating in lower self, in the ego. When you're outside the box, you are your true self. You're this consciousness, this being, this energy that expresses itself in all form, the universe, through you, God, all of that stuff is part of you. You have to understand that. Because if you don't understand that, it's not gonna change for you. The name of the game is knowing who you are, point blank. Many of you don't even know who you are. What I'm just revealing to you may shock you. Some of you, 10, 15, 20 years, and you're just hearing this today, and the light went off in your head. You say, man, this guy I felt that. This guy just told me something that I innately knew, but I didn't understand. That's what you have to do. You have to take your power back. You see, guys, once you start to disassociate yourself with the labels they put on you, then you disassociate yourself with the limits they put on you. Because now you can express yourself within this what we call perceived physical world. Because see, once you operate from a higher consciousness or these higher levels of awareness, so does your reality, so does your world. Remember, your brain is just an interpreter. It's like a processor. And you know, the reality exists infinitely. The only things preventing you from getting where you want to go or achieving your goals is the filter. Your mind has filters. Your brain uses filters. It has to use filters because it can't comprehend the true essence, the true ability, the true nature of what actual reality is. So your mind has limits, and that operates in the lower self. So when they call you by your name, they say Susan, John, Barry, Michelle, Allison, you look around and say, oh, hey, that's me. No, that's not you, man. That's your representative. You got to get that in your head. Allison, Mark, Bob, Dylan, Daniel, Jessica, Sarah, what do they have in common? Limitations. Your name comes with limits. You know, and here's what's so powerful about this is that you spend your entire life defending this character and playing this role that's not even you. So, and how do you know all this is true? Well, why don't you examine your life right now? Where are you? Do you have what you want? Are you getting where you want? Probably not. Many of you probably aren't. You're on the way to doing it. So why is that? Why aren't you achieving and doing and living your best life and all that? Because you're playing a role that's not you. You accepted a role that was created in a matrix. You got to get that. So the thing is, when you came here as a baby, you were just you expressing yourself as a human being. You didn't have a color. You didn't know anything about color, race, nationality, religion, none of that stuff until you start to grow up and develop an intellect. And then you associate yourself with that. And that's the power of the mind, especially the subconscious. The subconscious, because it's so irrational, it accepts these as programs. And they drive your life. So, how can I disassociate this, Mark? How can I, what's the mindset to release myself? Because I'm so used to this. This is who I am when I look in the mirror and all. The mindset is very simple. The mindset is this: I am who I am. That's it. That's the mindset. I didn't say I am Mark Haughton, I am this. I just said I am who I am, which means I'm everything. I'm all of it. You are literally all of this. You are a conscious being experiencing what you call a physical world. That's all you are. You know, this avatar, it's not you. It's just the machine, the avatar that's interpreting this world. You really are that spirit, that being you feel on the inside. You know, that intuition that guides. That's who you feel. And when you get associated with these titles, it creates confusion. It creates separation, and now you have this competition between people. It creates all these different ideologies. That's really what the Matrix wants. The Matrix needs this stuff. This is what powers the Matrix. Separation, fear, ideology, all of these power the Matrix. Why does it power the Matrix? Because it creates fear. It creates a low vibration in all of us. Low vibration feeds the Matrix. The Matrix is this reality, or this false, I'll call it a false prism of reality, which is not actually the real world, so to speak. It's just a concept and a construct that was created and targeted to your subconscious mind. The Matrix was designed to get into your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is the mind that believes everything is possible. So it gives the matrix, puts you in this identity of who you are. So look, stop identifying yourself with your name, with all of that stuff, because it's just going to create limitations. Because anytime you think of your name, what's going to pop into your head is an image of what you can and can't do. But every time you think of I am who I am, and I'm this infinite being, you separate yourself. Now you're able to attract, to create, to attune, to manifest. All these things now will start to become a part of you, because now you're not associated with something in the lower self. See, the ego has to take this stuff on. It has to, because it has to play a role in the matrix. So that's why you're here. You're playing this role, but it's not you. So you need to stop playing the role. You know, it's real simple. The saying goes, you know what? The game stops when you decide to stop playing it. That's it. All you have to do is just decide, all right, I'm out of this game. What's the game? The game of an identity of who you are, your name, your religion, your race, your nationality, all of that. Because that's going to create you in a lack mindset. So all you got to decide is like, all right, man, that's it. Game over. I'm out this game. Now I'm going into the real game of being my true self by manifesting my dreams and my desires. That's who you truly are. And this takes groundbreaking information such as quantum mechanics, unified field theory, all these different scientific theories, neuroscience, and now we're so much more accurate, so much more knowledgeable of how our brains and just how we human beings interact in our environment. And now we're starting to peer in and see that we're just truly these beings of light, these photonic beings of expression, photons, light beings, energetic beings. And we operate in different densities of dimensions, you know. Different things move at different speeds, and they give us the illusion of solid objects. And all of this is very hard to digest to the lower self, because the lower self is incapable of understanding big picture. Remember, guys, your lower self is an interpreter. All your ego is an interpreter. It interprets what's been programmed by the unconscious and adopts it as your role. That's all your ego does. Your ego thinks, decides, observes. That's what it does. Your ego cannot go outside the box, but you can, which is your spirit, your true self. You can get out of this box. You can look from outside, and you can change the game. You know, even though you are in the matrix physically, but your true essence is outside. So that's the key, guys. You want to be outside the box, because if you're outside the box, you can affect what's inside the box, because you can see the corners, you can see things that you can never see in the box, and that can change your life. You know, because all reality is made up of our perception. There can't be a reality without you, an observer, without somebody interpreting the universe. Because if you're not aware of something, it's not here. You know, the universe exists when you wake up. When you go to sleep at night and you start to dream, you're in another dimension. When you wake up in the morning, boom, you're back into the matrix, into this universe. So you're a conscious being. That's what you gotta understand. So if you get this mindset and you start to adopt, don't associate yourself with your name. I mean, yeah, you know that your name is such and such, but I'm showing you big picture here. Like, you know, yeah, my name is Mark Haughton, but I know it's a representative. I know it's not who I am. I don't associate myself as. People say, Mark Haughton, I know. I say, yeah. But I couldn't go up to someone and say, no, that's not me, because they wouldn't understand this concept. Only I can understand this or overstand this. And this is what you have to do. You have to overstand or understand and understand who you are, because this is deep, man. Because once you have this power and this ability, it changes the game, the world. You can create anything, you get anything in your life, because you strip yourself away from a limitation, from these low self-esteem things and all this stuff. And why does it work? Because it's innately a part of you. It was already in you. So this isn't like a magic trick, or this is like, oh, this was already in you, but you just have to get this roll off of you. And that, my friend, is the real truth.